Are you finally tired of hitting a slice and can't fix it? Well, guess what? I'm going to help you with 3 drills today using a broom to fix your slice. So let's go ahead and make your next shot your best and do this right now. Hey golfers, if you haven't been to my channel before, my name's Jonathan Smith, PGA teaching professional. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you like this video and comment what would you like to fix with your swing, and I'll put that video up next for you. Now, I know you're saying, this is crazy, John. How are we going to fix my swing using a broom? It's possible. I see a lot of golfers making the mistake in their golf swing of opening the face of the club and not getting it closed, pointing down the target line soon enough. Their aiming is also off as well. So we're gonna cover a couple of those things in this video, so make sure you're staying tuned. Watch all the drills to the end because every single one gets you a little bit better. Let's start right now. Number 1 reason golfers hit a slice, and it is an open club face, which means at impact, the club face for a right-hander is going to be pointing to the right of the direction the club head is traveling. How do we fix the open club face? There are very easy ways to do this. And the number 1 way is, and the easiest way, is how you're holding the golf club. I see so many golfers come into their club not paying attention to how they place their hands on the club. And they get into a lead hand, so we're gonna talk about a right-hander, is a little too underneath the grip. And we're seeing the logo of the glove kind of pointing down to the ground. Now, as we set up to the golf ball, what you'll see with the best players in the world is you'll see the arms relaxed and hanging, right? Which means they're also fairly straight, not completely straight, but fairly straight. So what happens to the golfer who's at impact is slicing a golf ball? Well, their arms will come in like this. So how do we fix that? I've drawn on my glove a couple of marks. One of them is a V, and that's gonna represent the direction we want them pointing, maybe in between the chin and right shoulder. I've also drawn a couple of dots on my knuckles. You should be able to see at least 2 knuckles on your lead hand. When you stand and the arms hang, what you're gonna see is your thumbs are gonna kind of point towards the middle of your feet, just like this. What you're then gonna do is simply place the grip in the fingers of your lead hand, close the fingers, and then close the palm. This is Hogan-esque right here. So now let's go ahead, get the lead hand or the trail hand on there as well. I like to see bottom side of the grip placed in the finger pads of the trail hand. So the right hand for my right-hander, the fingers will close, the palm will close on top of the lead thumb, and then I have another V created on my other hand, and that points the same direction. From there, now I can get into that power position at impact. The club face will not be changing. It will not go left and it will not go right. So let's go ahead, set up properly for a golf shot with a proper grip and hit our nice little draw. Draw number 1, right down the middle. Love that shot, you will too. Let's go to tip number 2. We actually hit a draw. Probably for the person who's hitting a slice, the ball will go straight. And that would eliminate the slice. So how do we set up for a draw? We wanna make sure that we set the face of the club behind the ball in a direction that we want the ball to start. The next thing we're gonna do is make sure we set our body lines, the shoulders, the hips, and the toes a different direction. If you look at it, if this is the target line and I wanted to start the ball to the right, so I'd be going off to the right because we're gonna hit a ball, it might curve to the left, that would be pointing this way, right? And then you set your body lines and the body lines would be pointing even further. That takes the club from the inside and would get yourself a nice little curvature to the left. And I'm gonna sort of have that stick right there, slightly pointing off to the right. I'm gonna put another one down for my body lines, pointing further off to the right. My natural swing is not as much from the inside, it's more rather on plane or slightly over the top. So hitting this shot, setting up like this, makes it a little easier to get away from a little fade, hit it straighter, hit a draw. Let's start getting away from those slices and seeing that ball curve to the left and go to drill number 3, breaking out the broom. Fix number 1 was the grip. Fix number 2 was setup, body lines, target line, and fix number 3 is going to be controlling face of the club and path of the club. I have got to give credit to the late great and my mentor Hank Johnson at the Hank Johnson School of Golf for this. He was the first instructor on Golf Digest cover to ever use a broom as a training aid. It's brilliant. You're gonna love it, and we're gonna get into it right now. As we move this broom, this handle, if done correctly, will not hit our body. The setup for this, when you hold it, and you wanna make sure that the broom, the bristles of the broom, this is perpendicular to the ground. That would indicate that the face of the club would be pointing right down the target line at setup. What I see a lot of golfers will do in their backswing is they'll take the club and the toe of the club starts pointing directly towards the sky, and that's setting yourself up for a slice and an open face during your golf swing. You have 2 ways to check and see how you're doing with that hip high position. The first one is if you have your stick on the ground, you can match up the broom handle with the stick on the ground. So I'll come back and I get here and I'm trying to have the broomstick parallel with the target line, parallel with my toe line. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is that club face, we need to have it tilted slightly forward, matching our spine. So as I go back, come up, and now I can clearly see that the broom is tilted forward because this is so big. Now I can come into impact and really make sure that this gets perpendicular to the ground, and I know that's also a square club face. So that's number 2. Number 3, because you now have changed your grip into more of a neutral position, at the top of the swing, you should see the forearm, lead forearm, wrist, lead wrist, and back of the left hand. Everything should be in line with the angle of the bristles of the broom, right there. And the handle, the end of the grip, would be pointing kind of right where we want to start our golf ball. So if you get into a position open face where you start cupping your wrists, you're going to see this completely change. Number 4 with the broom is transition. When you get into transition, you're going to try and have the end of the grip be pointing kind of at the ball. That gets the club traveling from the inside, not over the top. And what will also happen is because this is off of our hands, if you start coming over the top and flipping like most golfers to open their face and peel a golf ball off to the right, this is going to hit your body. If you come more from the inside, the handle is going to miss your body, and you're going to have a much better opportunity at hitting a straighter golf ball or even a draw, but definitely getting away from the slice. Let's go ahead, make a swing with the broom, and then we're going to make a swing with the club. Felt good? Let's hit a shot. Right down the middle, getting away from the slice. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. My name's Jonathan Smith, and I will see you in the next video.